3, 2, 1.
Danganronpa.
Konnichiwa, Miami Gamers, Jeremiah, here, and welcome back to another episode of Honkai Impacted. Today, guys, the game got updated again, like how many times now? And there's a new mission we're gonna do, so let's see how this will go through. It was instantly a tragic scene. The merciless rain poured down, but the remaining fire was still relentless, burning all over the ruins. The building that was once called home has been wrecked and was almost unrecognizable. The bright full moon in the sky was witnessing everything, cruelty and soundless. The girl opened her mouth weakly. Rain dropped mostly her dry throat. It was, to her surprise, the rain tasted a bit sweet. The 3 hairs liquid of her chest looked like scars by a cloud. The winterly blood formed a puddle. A unbelievable fatal injury. London Bridge is falling down. Oh, really? The old song? It's a horrifying scene of the vision. The girl somehow started a humble a Mother Goose nursery rhyme. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. Why is it singing that tone? The air was filled with the joy of mud and ash, and the scent of the sun-top plant being a slow burnt. The girl knew the scent. Building up the iron and steel, iron, steel, iron, steel. It's from a flowering plant named rosemary. Its bloom has soon fragrance. Filled up with iron steel, my fair lady. She and Joey would never forget the taste of the burger patty seasoning with rosemary made by the big sister. Sis, Joey. The girl who, except for fear of death, realized a reason to live. She struggled to raise her hand to the moon. Please, help us. The rain kept pouring down on her, gustly taking away her remaining body temperature. But the girl did not care. She was still firmly reaching out her hand, begging in the hoarse voice into the moon. Please, at least save Joey. It was only a few effort of dying. The glint of moonlight in the girl's eyes to burn it eventually. However, you're still alive? The man took her hand from the weekly hanging rope. Her vision was always so blurred that she couldn't barely see anything, but for some reason the man's face was clear. She knew that face, but it became strange due to the regret, confusing lost anger and some other emotion on it. Unrecognizable, but awfully clear, because he, like her, was standing on the cliff edge, surrounded by the whisper and hero laughter of the monster in the basement below. Sensei? Yes, it is I. Thank you. You're still alive. Thank you. I'm so sorry. So sorry. She didn't know what he was thinking. For her, he invested herself in emotions, repeatedly begging for forgiveness. Oh, sister, is she? She is fine, and her leg injury is pretty bad. It's getting bad. You're getting better too. I promise. The opposite light saw her put a smile on the dying girl's face. No need. I know my own body. There's no hope for me at this point. I'm sorry. If I could find out earlier. But he knew what already happened could not be undone. No need to apologize, Sensei. I won't forgive you anyways. The clarity of her words was clearly by her weak voice. I'll resist you as much as I can use to trust you, but if you're demanding to save someone, please, I promise. Save Joey. Save joyfully. The man responded without talking, but the single is his word could be heard. If you promise, Sensei, it is a promise and also a curse. I will. I promise to let him die as a human, even if it means I may have to change my soul with the devil. I promise. The man repeated as if he was trying to leave his weeping all behind. His body was injured by the rain. It was hard to tell whether the rain or tears were his face. While the green whose hand was being held by him and sound fell into slumber. It's getting quiet. Everyone is a difficult puzzle, but when countless individuals put together parties were crushed. You can't predict one person's personality, but you still know the common features of humanity. Personalities of different individuals vary, but the group will never change. For example, it's inherently common to believe in lies. Joey details the stories to name a few, which is why I choose to become a novelist. My name is Colin Lees. I'm a doctor. I am now walking up the stairs to stay on the second floor of my clinic. I'm about to meet a very special guest who is neither my friend nor my information, but has just experienced a particular journey with me not long ago. She holds until that I failed to bring her after all. It's about the disturbing serial killing that took place in the Sid Fountain, the Italian city. Though my visiting had revealed the incident out of the incident, there are still something disquieting about it. I finished the setting step and led to the hall to the second floor. I swallowed hard and reached for the door handle. It'll still before the appointment time, but according to our leadership, my charming guest has what half an hour ago. I know you want something from me, her conversing manner saying me in a message. So it's all about how much the begun chip I have in my hand is worth. This woman is indeed a tough opponent. To find her motive, I had to sort out the entire cast from the beginning. I slowly turned the door handle. Looks like this night will be longer than I expected. Who is this woman? Oh, what the freak is that woman? She looks pretty cute! Welcome to my pharmacy dream story. Wait for your head, I said, all this serious model case and even a monk can shoot behind it. Top case will have to play the story station first in case the crowd don't know the truth. Okay, tap the invented and play the S stage of the get event token. Event level basic plus X buff to boost the faculty. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. Well, let's jump to the case for the first and tell the story the step by step. Okay, let's start. Oh, we have to get through. How many is that I have to go through? No, it's not a lot though, so no big deal. I might do at least 3 to 5 of them, depending how it is though. So let's just start the first one. The Pleasure. District Detective Mr. Holly is reading the newspaper on the train. He is a pleasant and organized man. He rarely stayed up late. In the morning, he always finished breakfast and always his clothes before I even get up. This unique looking lady obviously has immense ability to analyze alien with his intuition. In most cases, with only details provided by the client, he will be able to discuss the truth without leaving his client. Of course, for those occurring tricky cases, he will also go out of the vision. And now, the we-owned Mr. Detective is outside London, which makes us all wonder. What in this particular case awaits all the end of the train? Dr. Wizard, will be leading you. Oh, it's Fuck-Chan! Of course it's her! You can take a bit for intelligence boosting, Doctor. This is work. This is very important to me, my dear Horror. How could you call someone work boosting? I think it's necessary to quit your English option. If you made high surrounding, I still stick up for my point of viewing. Harlems and wisdom. Why would you use such a strange name for characters in the biological novel? Strange? I don't think so. I think they're great names that complement each other, just like you and me. If you say so, Doctor. But I still have some quiet questions. Why do I feel that Mr. Holly in your novel is like a composite of my personality and your mind? That's just a little adjustment. Natural as made only one begin early. I thought the way was made for a good man of the rigor. There are in me and making a very fine love to which would not make a very charming male character. I'm glad that you are at least self-aware. One last question. My nationality. I don't think you show respect for me when made me British in your story without my consent. Of course, I respect you and your emerging culture, my friend. But you don't know the division I face. You have to understand that it is quite unnecessary for detective story to include East Asian characters, who are generally believed to be somewhat magic in the Western society. Please don't take it as a cultural produce. But it's not exactly like a cultural product to me. Come on, what do you expect me to think after I saw you smash a thick wall with your bare hands? Fine, I'll let you have this one. My name is Colin Dursley. As you can see, I am the novelist. But other than this, there are another 2 diversity roles that I take on in my life. My clinic at 221 bitches Bike Street has always been quiet. This so-called main purpose of mine can barely pay the bills. With those sounds perfect, it does not really bother me, as I have sources in Asia income as well to my interests. My partner and famous seems to be famous among the society yard inspector. This connection offers opportunities. We provide collegiate services for the inspector as a detective, though I am the brain and who is the muscle. For exact case solved, our client gets all the credit. We get paid Handsomely, we saw the myriad of cases so far. Handsomely be more and more convincingly are extracted to us by Scotland Yard Inspector and even numerous clients. In contrast, my client business is getting worse. I once asked her as to the reason for my client failure. Restrained and technical as she is, she's always give highly protective and investigative answers. If you were a patient, would you choose a client that is officially visited by a police officer? She said. She doesn't have any point. It must be able to tell her. I'll write down my precious stories based on the cases I solved. Mrs. Hudson, my late landlady, found the manuscript and posted them off to publish without consulting me. Unexpectedly, these stories became hugely popular after publication. Helen and I became novels as well. You can see it from here now. Eva's voice interrupted my thoughts. I looked out the windows in the direction of her gaze. Now what's looking at? At the end of the plain sight, the dimming out the great city can be seen. I sit fronted the great city. Had it not been for an explosion occurring happened 5 years ago, it might still be a lively holiday resort. In the city, old Murray Town, a visit of sad dirty on Table Mountain had witnessed the ancient Mercy era. The paucity fort of the Cape of the Good Host used to get back to the age of mercury exploration. And the Victor-style government general officer was completed by the 17th century Berlin-style Dutch wine museum. But all these special views no longer exist. Today sits valley as the dead city with zero Honkai pollution. The Honkai energy spawned countless Honkai beasts rampaging around the city, to prevent disaster from spreading. Labeled Lab 42 of the discipline spent 3 years to build anti-authority and a 50-security system in the city. And the current work currently undercame from the very research-based study of the frontline on the community. Are you sure we should do this? I'm well aware that you are not a hothead, but this case is just bizarre. Well, Dursley, leader of the laboratory of the Dursley, even the routine scientist Dr. Dursley, Dr. Dursley worked for him. Such a big shot had to turn to private detective. Aren't you curious about the reason behind? Not at all. But I'm indeed curious about the main name and world. Her gaze fell back to the newspaper in her hand. CB2 had forgotten her plan to talk to me about the commission. I took out the blinking letter from my pocket again. The rose is red, the violet is blue. Mary is sweet and so are you. The rose is red and Mary is blue. We were detective and so are you. I tried to figure out the connection of these lines, but all I can see is the love poem. There was another message written on the back of the letter by the censor. If you have any clues about the hidden messages in this poem, please do come to the Watermelon Salt Fountain. I await your arrival. Wait, Joycey. The paper of the letter is the standard pronounced made in Europe. It should be communicated in the institutes. Though the handwriting was of deliberately sketchy and messy, it still appeared that it was still written by a female. This letter was not written by Walt Joycey, which is of the conclusion that can be drawn up at the moment. We can't deceive, and so are you. I'll say we're going to the last line of the poem, where someone is in the corner of the carry caught my eye. Look at that! It's a stunning woman. Ooh! She's sitting there quietly, sipping at the tea, although it seems to be quickly rosy from the space around her. That woman's very dangerous. I don't think you need to be reminded. Of course I don't. I gave a little cough to cover up the fact that I was facing by her for a moment. Actually, the fact that the retired female opera singer is on a trip to their city alone is already very suspicious. Retired opera singer? My parents finally put down the newspaper. Eventually, as she appeared to be, she actually has a strong personality. Why is it judging based on the time, clothing, disposing, or it's her breathing? The rhythm of people breathing is called doctor breathing. While singing, the most music generally normally used to technically breathing, expectedly opera singer. Who is about breathing to make the beautiful vocals be heard against the simple without loudspeakers? Abundantly breathing would be on the lower ability to control the breathing and make it deeper and longer. It's not a skill that one can easily master. The woman caught my attention from the moment I boarded this train. She effortlessly used abundantly breathing at all times, which is uncommonly sense among opera singers. Oh, I see. So you'll be checking on her since you're boarding the train. No need to explain. To explain is to attempt to cover up, which valued by obsession. Go on, I'm listening. And finally, her acting skills. Acting skills? Yes, her tears were probably part of her acting in response to my self-tanking that she picked up. And even I were aware, I still lost a heartbeat when I saw her tears. Who would have such wonderful acting skills? Except the one that Ling light in the operating world? And I'm right, Miss Ling? Andre? You flatter me, Mr. Clyde. You flatter me, Mr. Darling. Even though few people have seen in the person, your name will live forever with these stories of horror in your world. While I'm just a back number off the stage after my father has been fully exploded, I will soon be forgotten. You are talking in a riddle, Doctor. Doctor, I understand you are thinking for the heartbroken that she is an operating singer, but how would you know her name and she retired? It's very simple, Miss Fuck-Han. There's a picture of me printed on the back of the newspaper in your hands under the headline news about my retirement. What? Immediately, the lead singer of the title courtesy of Wilder announced her permanent withdrawal from the stage. Allow me to introduce myself properly. My name is Aaron Andre. I was also invited to visit Mr. Joe like you two. I am an old friend of his. Delighted to make you acquaintances, Dr. Weisling and Mr. Hollis. I hope we will collaborate as a team. A team? What are you talking about? The beautiful woman stood up and bowed her head to us. Meanwhile, the train started to slow down, which means we'll soon arrive to our destination. Sit finally to the city. Dang, that was long to read. A most bizarre murder was occurred in Southwick. Today, the court proceeded mysterious major to crack the puzzle. So, where are we? Oh, hey, fucking. When we walk out of the station, it has already become dark. This is strange. I was told someone would come to pick us up in the train station, but there is no one here. This isn't right. It's not like we arrived late. Besides, the day is early, but it's always so dusty. Is it normal in the city? It's said to be the result of the Kashi season. Since 4 years ago, the city has been showered and causing heavy rain. The blood is between day and night. Impressive. You're indeed well informed, Mr. Darling. You're flattering me, Miss Marie. I just did some wishes on the train. It seems no one is coming to pick us up. Do you have their contact info, Doctor? Unfortunately, no. They've been very constipated. It's always been them wishing me, no the other way around, and the watermelon does not show on the map. Don't worry, Mr. Murray. This was not my first visit to Miss Floyd Manor. I can lead the way for you and Miss Fuck-Han, but if we encounter something unpleasant on the way, I'll have to trouble you to protect me. Are you sure? I can tell you again and believe that you're not as detailed as you look. You're a better father than Doctor. My dear, huh? If it's not too much to ask, could you excuse me from the lady? You flatter me, Miss Fuck-Han. I'm just a fair woman who only knows a few self-defense moves. Self-defense moves? By the way, I was just steady and obvious fact, Doctor. Anyways, guess we will have to trouble you to lead the way, Miss Dudley. My pleasure. Okay, wait. These traces. Doctor, should we split to look into it? We can. I'll just go this way. And read this one. Oh, giant creatures? Really? Okay, keep looking around. There's another one here. Impact creature. Doctor will read now. What? Oh, what is that? Piece of talking device? Oh no! Damn, just to say he's pretty weak. Hey, what you doing, bud? The way she attacks is pretty badass. Okay, we're good this time. So those are Honkai beasts, right? This is my first time seeing them this close. That's not important, Doctor. The real problem is, why would there be a Honkai beast near the train station? Isn't there any safe zone in Felton? This isn't right. In the past 2 years, the security system anti-W built by Security has effectively trained Honkai beasts and saved train from running wild. The web manor and its veterinary, as well as several important areas, are all under the system protection, including the train station and its surrounding area. So you're saying, as we already encountered Honkai beasts, it's reasonable to assume the security system will be failed, right? Oh god, why won't answer my question for her? Sounds like it came from the neighborhood street. Doctor, what do we do? How can we already got in such big trouble before we even arrive at our destination? Despite your calculation, you actually look like an excellent child who just received a new toy, Mr. Dudley. Something about left fit, e.g. certain self-defense smooth that can kill Honkai beast. Am I right, Miss Singer? That's just some little tricks, not the way of this discussion. Tea, break yourself over, Doctor, Miss Ending. Sounds like this community is in the neighborhood, street is still ongoing. Let's go check. Yeah. Now we're going this way. Move straight to the block and this place is trying to heal. So, we keep going? It's getting foggy here. What is going on over there? You trying to make a shield? Don't break the shield! Oh my god! Don't strike me! Wait, what is that on my sword? Oh, it's a dragon! Hey, who is that? Wait, what are you doing here? What's she doing here though? Yeah, that was close! I'm very grateful for your help. I'm still gonna carry out my duties first. Before I dig you properly, I have to ask, who are you people? Why are you here? I started to observe this young lady standing in front of me. She's an undoubtedly a beautiful woman who wears her 3 red hair into a ponytail, which one on each side. The adversity and adversity in her eyes are slightly contrasted by her aura of submission in their intensity. I have never seen a female with such forceful and impulsively peaceful in my life. She is simple, objective, conventional, which reminds me of some woman about someone. I'm honored to meet you, Dr. Tesla. The red-haired girl whispered a surprising look from a second, but she instantly straightened her face. I see! You're the novelist! Wait, no, the doctor! Or detective? Those are all me, Dr. Tesla, and this is my partner, Miss Foghorn. Nice to meet you, Dr. Tesla. And this lady here. But I couldn't just mistakenly to Doctor. She's already noticed the graceful figure behind me. There has been a subtle change in her facial expression. She now looks a bit awkward and scared. Hello, Feliciasia. Thank you just for coming on such short notice, Miss Under. It's been a while. You seem to have become more adorable. You gave me a blush, Miss Adelaide. Now there's something about you that makes me want to empower you even more. Don't come any closer! I'm not following these conventions, Doctor. It's okay. You two probably understand that. Shut up, Mr. Detective! Hey, I'm sorry, my name is Dr. Tesla, staff member of Law Faculty of the Institution. I want to say welcome to Sid Fountain, but are you here to see us right now the hospital right place? I've been waiting to ask, what's with those Honkai beasts that we just met? As far as I know, this should be the station under the pressure of the anti-LD system. How did they break in? Ask me later. This is not a good place for conversation. Let's get to the car. I'll take you to the manor. So we're done now? Finally, manor. With many unanswered questions, we got into Dr. Tesla's car. Fortunately, the world is clear this time with only a few monsters wandering around. Soon after, a building resembling a church came into view, which, with the sound of breaking, the car stopped in front of the iron gates. Here we are! This is the what manor! Doesn't look like a part of the research institute. It serves as the resident of us researchers, so it's just designed to be comfy during the restructuring. Restructuring? This man used to be a surgery crutch. Unfortunately, the catastrophe happened 5 years ago. Doctor says they didn't go on. We left the car inside and passed through the courtyard in front of the main building. Oh, it's rosemary. When we first arrived here 5 years ago, we found a clump of rosemary with wild blooms of the stony ruins. With constant little melody of life, she has some pale explosion of transplant. The rosemary clump has been taking good care of her, so gradually this kind of plant has grown all over the courtyard. We should reach the opposite gate of the main building. The electrical security device in front of kind which investigated through. Tasha took off her glasses to scan the eyes after using her fingerprint and entered the password. And we walked in. They opened the door soundly. Someone is already waiting inside the building. Hey, Moifhead! You're 1 hour late, Dr. Tesla. I knew I was making a bad decision when I asked you to pick up our guest. You were late because of an emergency. There's nothing wrong with my driving skills. Stop putting everything on me. I can't just say fortunately. Her driving was steady and smooth. See? Now you gotta believe me. But the girl who was addressing as Moifhead ignored Dr. Tesla. She turned us the poker face. Miss Aaron Esley, Miss Fuck, Holy, Dr. Cozy, welcome. My name is Listing Albert Einstein. Genetically defined, meet you, Dr. Einstein. Good evening, Dr. Estein. I believe it's been a while, Leslie. Have you been picking on Fantasy lately? What? Yes, but she failed to perceive it as usual. Nani! See, to suppose looked, Leslie and Dr. exchanged a knowing smile. It seems that Leslie is entirely close to the owner of this place. Now that we all exchange greetings, we should get down to business. Honkai beasts are escorted to the street, and countless monsters are apparently approaching this building as I speak. What is going on? In short, Honkai beasts entered the safe zone, and I was attacked by one of them at the way in the train station. Nani? This is unbelievable! Said Dr. Tesla with a worried frown. Is that security system malfunction? Or could it be the act of sabotage? The system has 3 person nudes. Unless they all fail at the same time, it's possible for Honkai beasts to enter the safe zone. That's not gonna happen. We've been giving the system weekly maintenance. As for the possibility of sabotage, the nodes can receive attack on Honkai beasts below Emperor's class. I don't think it's possible that 3 Emperor's class Honkai beasts happen to attack not at the same time. I agree. Honkai beasts do not possess such injuries, so... My friend! I hope I'm being paranoid, Dr. Tesla. It's not like we have never seen supernatural monsters suspicious of having intelligence. You mean the phantoms? Phantoms? Please don't mind it. As a scientist, I shouldn't talk about the supernatural without convincing evidence. This topical ends here. Dr. Tesla and I investigate the cause of the safety system malfunctioning ourselves later. Please rest assured of the manual defined system is sufficient to ensure everyone's safety. Anyways, Doctor, I assume that you have some important questions to ask, don't you? Oh, right. I also forgot. After all those incidents and news, I took out the bluffing invigilator from my pocket again. I can't wait to meet you, Dr. Joyce, and ask him why I couldn't help him. It might be my illusion, but I think I just saw a flicker of unease in Dr. Estein's eyes. I'm afraid it won't happen. Dr. Estein's voice remained visionary, but her words turned to shocking. With Joyce, IT, the owner of this place, is dead. Really? Oh my god, look at this place, guys. So enormous. I'm just gonna walk, because it's pretty slow at hands, so what we're doing now. With Joyce, the owner of this place, is dead. Dr. Estein's voice remained illustrated, but her words turned into shocking. Mr. Joyce is dead? This L has become heavy. Everyone seems to be reporting over the gauzy news. Then who invited us? You don't seem to be surprised, Dr. Constantly Divine. To be honest, I'm not. Though the handwriting appears to be messy, it couldn't have been written by a male. It was written by one of you 2 scientists, am I right? Tracy wrote it. Eh? How do you know? Aaron Lizzie answered her question with a faint smile. I glanced meaningfully at the woman. She is doubtless a master of messing with peaceful minds. So it's true. Before I heard the news of Mr. Joyce's death, I had presumed that this was some kind of unreal situation. But I have to admit the detective who was the detective is not just a weird patient. So what happened? 2 days ago, we found Whit's mother in her room. The poem the letter you received was copied from the crime scene. So you think it might be the message left by Mr. Joyce? Yes. I'd really been silent for a while to observe the look on her and Dr. Tuss's face. Please forgive me for saying this, but you 2 seem to be went to this little fact very lightly. How could you say that? If we were in such helpless situation, we wouldn't have such a suspicious outfit like you. Calm down, Dr. Tesla. Ugh! I understand your doubt, but we are scientists. We were used to dealing with any person uncommonly, especially when we had to deal with the troubles that come with a murder. What's trouble? Esline did not answer her right away. Instead, she led us to the hall, which went with a woman in a way setting. Several odd-looking strangers are away there. They're all cast staring at us to walking in. Why are they bringing up the glass and all look like themselves? Seriously, Dr. Tesla's back. Oh, I thought it was Johnson. Wait, what's she doing here?
But what?
More visitors? The night is getting increasingly intensity. Hey, it's a little boy. What's he doing here? Who are these people? Troubles. Well, they're here for the legacy. The answer makes so much sense that I couldn't help but whistle. Tesla rolled her eye at me, while Foghorn gave me a stern look. The woman answered the mask is Jackal, and the one the cloak is Raven. There are young ladies, tall and bodyguards. So they're your cockles? They wish! My fan art a true scientist. The device tunes almost my curiosity. So the two people have some wrongdoing? Tessa looked away and folded her eyes, seeing a little bit of insight in the topic. Dr. just meant that they are technically not our college conclusion. Dr. Jackal is also a researcher. She has already had a couple of relations with the institution. As for Raven, I heard she used to be a magician, which is the only thing I know about her. I see. There's nothing suspicious in the process of explanation, but her bill of covering up for Tesla suggests they're holding something. What do you think? Miss Elliot whispered to me without looking at me. To explain to her to cover something up, I think we need to investigate Jackal and Raven duly. Our conversation with the two scientists continued. Who is the child standing next to Raven? Who knows? Raven is always a hole. She wouldn't tell us unless we asked, which we never bothered to do. Her name is Soya. Her name is Soya. That's all I know. At this moment, I noticed that small figure who was last thing stranger in the hall slowly walking this and this boy is... As they just exchanged word glances. His name is Jeffrey Jefferson. You can call him Joey. Josie? Yes, he is the only descendant of Walt Josie and the one who legally held his legacy. One of? Then the other one must be the young lady whom just mentioned, I presume? Yes, she is not here yet, but Josie, who's with her, contacted me a while ago. They should arrive soon. Excuse me, Doctor. I need to take your voice to rest. He is a sick child. It's alright. I was going to look around and check with the other guests here anyways. Okay, come find me when you're done. I'll take you to the crime scene. Dr. Tesla, please look into the cause of the safety system malfunction. So, we'll go to Raven now, I'm guessing? Damn, pretty slow as walking. Hello, pussy. Good evening. Good evening, sir. What do you want? Raven immediately stood before Sora. Nothing, just trying to have a friendly chat with the killing time in such bad weather. Don't bother, I'm busy. The conjuration has failed to proceed. I notice that Sora seems to be a person to any witness. Your name is Sora, right? Hey! It's okay, Sensei. I'd like to talk with the gentleman. Fine, but don't leave this hall. I'm gonna go look around. I'll be back soon. Hi, Sora. Could you please say why you and Sensei are here? Hi! I suffered from a disease, though I've been talking medicine. I'm still not cured. Sensei told me that Mr. Joyce, the owner of this place, knows how to kill me. But Mr. Joyce... I know, Mr. Joyce just passed away. But Sensei told me Mr. Joyce left his wishes data. Wishes data? What kind of wishes? Sorry, I don't know. It's okay, let's talk about something else then. Do you know the woman over there? I think her name is Jackal. No, I don't know this bitch. But I think Sensei knows her. Are they friends? Have you heard them talk about anything? They don't seem like friends. That woman Sensei saw me. What did she say? She said, are you trying to make amends? Make amends? The next moment, Raven came back without a word. Her message telling me that the question is over. Raven saw it. We should... Raven... What do we do? What? Am I supposed to talk to her next? Hey, Mr. Wolfman, Lost Detective. It is a great privilege to meet you. I am a big fan. My name is Colin Devlin, not Holmes. Please don't mix up with the other and the characters, but thank you for the support, miss. Don't mention it. Actually, I'm more interested in another thing you have. What is it? Are you sure you want to ask here? There's a kid in the room. Never mind then. You're really funny. I mean, your brain. I really want to put it under the massive and study it carefully. It must be very active. I'm afraid I had to decline. What a pity! Miss Jackal, why are you here?
Disgusting!
I'm straightforward, I like you. I'm here to offer my conditions, just kidding. Actually, I came here just to see if he's really dead. I don't think the doctor would joke about it. Besides, have you already checked Mr. Joe's body before you arrived? Yep! Unless Saul's raised him from the dead, he's the one in question now. Let's talk about that something else then. I heard you and Miss Raven know each other for a long time. Are you friends? Friends? Who knows? Jackal away with a smile. I think that means the confusion has ended. Thank you for your time, Miss Jackal. Jeez, that was my information so far. I suppose talk to her. My god. Oh, it's you! I look into the cause of the safety system malfunction. You focused on measures to left. Any new findings? At the moment, no. I knew it. Detectives are more alike on what was the buzz. Anyways, you do your best. See you. Wait. Nani I'm busy! Could you tell me more about the family you two mentioned earlier? It doesn't seem because to talk about it. Mother won't have refused to talk about it for no reason. I'm with her on this matter. I'm not to tell you. Oh, don't be like this, Frederick. I need to learn what does in the family too. Are you? You stay away from me! Don't be silly. We haven't seen each other for a long time. I should make the most of the time to get to tea. I mean, bond with you. You were definitely trying to say tease! I'll tell you. The fellow of Sid Fuzzy. You must have heard his name. Of course. Real tales about Sid Fuzzy have been very popular in recent years. The Phantom of Sid Fuzzy is the most well-known one. But those tales are pretty much entry monsters. Are you trying to tell us the real monsters exist? Can't try a collision before I see the real thing. But Morphin and I see things patterns on this menu. Morphin analyzed the regular of his appearance, and she suspects that it's hard to level controls. I see. That's what she mentioned earlier, but there's still one thing that I don't understand. Does Einstein always been calm and cool-headed? But she seems to think that they're talking about these phantoms. Yes, to avoid the topic lazy. If you listen to the excuse, scientists shouldn't talk about the supernatural without evidence. Do you ever feel strange that this place has very few staff members? Not that you mention it. Lab 42 Positive is only has full of researchers including Wiltz, his sister Josie, Morfed, and me. But in any event, Scott has been depressed by this certain person question to matter. I mean, assist us. So where are they now? No one knows! A week ago, they went on the mission and lost contact ever since! What was the mission about? Capturing the farm on Sid Fuzzy based on the location captured by Morphed? Alright, then you get what you want! Actually, I'd like to borrow your partner for a while. Now that the security system has failed, I'm really worried about the two that has no ride. I'm going to the train station again to pick them up and check the nearest person along the way. I see. I tell Kuro about this. My dear Fancy, if you need a bodyguard, I'm pleased to go with you. No thanks! Jeez. Hey E, who's AD again? Go ahead. Done chatting with the other guys, Doctor? I think so. I have to say it really is a strong pronouncing. Hell, Joey. Most likely. I don't blame him though. He seems to be a very shy boy. Please don't take it personally, Doctor. He is always like this. Even in front of Dr. Tesla and I, whom he has known for a very long time, he's barely talked. I lowered my voice to make sure that the little boy could hear me. It's okay. Even the most awkward child would not want to talk to a stranger when the father just died. Thank you for being a kind. He knows you and Dr. Tesla for a long time, you say, since you started to look for Miss Joyce, perhaps? What was it since she was born? For me? Nothing. I have to say this. You show opposition Hansi towards the two over there when you mention the legacy. It's not like you. Listen, never mind. No need to be security about this. When Wesley was still alive, he once made a sloppy will in which he left everything to his daughter and son. And before they reached adulthood, the boy the whispered sign guardians. So that means you and Dr. will behold the part of legacy that Joe until he reaches adulthood, and the other half will be held by Jacko, the young lady tutorial. To our music lady Josie beside Garden is Josie or assistant. Bonyon? Yes, she is a survivor of the crisis 5 years ago. Will adopted her. A survivor of the Cassian. No wonder Miss Josie kept her in another city. He worried that the place might evoke Miss Boyan memories of her terrific experience. Josie used to be a lady of the territory, but the future travel between Seth Fountain and the city were exchanged. And now, as you can see, the current Turin Jackal. I've done background checks on her, and her some bad things. Josie is an uncle and simply good bad, while Lady Buzzy is my child. You're worried that? Well, did not mention the public of the legacy that his son and daughter could receive. Upon news of World's death, Jackal came here with the bodyguard. The intention could have been more obvious. I'm worried that the young lady might be ability by limitation outside, which may lead to an ugly setting. This is fine, but I'm afraid I can't help you with it, Dr. Einstein. That's a problem for Dr. Lee and me. All I want for you is that you find out the murderer so that he can rest in peace. I'll do my best. Well then, I'll wait for you on the second floor. Come find me when you're ready to investigate the cleansing. Take the lift. So it's behind me, huh? It's so slow! Yes, slow ass! Shut up! I have to press and hold. I didn't know that. Okay, I'm here. The wrestling is bringing for us into the second floor. I told him about Tesla's request. I see, but after I leave Dr. Tesla, what if something happens to you? You can leave your doctor to me, I'll protect him. Ladies, I know I'm wild than a fighter, but I'm not that weak and afraid. I've been practicing the British move that should help me. Please help little friend, you Susan Hall. Alright then, be careful. Ha! Miss! Fuck, hope your pills are falling outside, but it's I'll protect it, which I find is charming. And we're really wasting too much time. Let's go to the and find the next time. How long is this mission? I might have to end this episode right after this one.
I'm not lying this.
So are you? You right there, the UI. You see, it gives him footage just like a hotel room. Yeah, it does. Okay, where's your partner, Doctor? This is about her. I think they'll have to pick some up. I see. This is the crime scene. Let's get in. Finally. Alright guys, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. And as I personally enjoyed this video, if you're new to the channel, subscribe today for more content like right here. Also, any questions, leave comments below. Of course you enjoy. I of course see you in the next one. Bye!